Good rising, good rising. What was all of that? Did everybody hear all that noise? OMG, let's get at it. That was different. Peeps, that is a little bit cray, okay? You need to go and share what's going on. This is SWA. Why is there gray in the house? Let's bring it to some normalcy here. Let's start with the greeting. I have a new country that I'm adding, by the way. Beijing, ni hao. London, hello, top of the morning to you. Los Angeles, hey. Paris, bonjour. Uh, who do we got next? Hong Kong, hello. Sweden, hey. Toronto, good day, hey. Konnichiwa, that's Tokyo. And guess who we have? Guess who we're going to add today? Let me see if I can get at it here. Can you hear the sounds of Turkey? Myhoba. Myhoba. Turkey. Yes, we are adding Turkey to the mix because we know that there are many stampers in Turkey. Hey, peeps, there were quite a few people in here. They probably were just as startled as I was at all of those sounds. They probably are like, what did I just step into? That's ASMR, people. Yeah, that is autonomous sensory meridian response. It's supposed to be a relaxing sensation triggered by specific sounds or visual, often described as tingling feeling in the head or spine. Believe it or not, there's people that actually love those sounds. There's tons of videos on YouTube. I guess, it's like the sound of the rain or sound of the waterfalls. People love different sounds. So weird. Yeah, that's how it's going to start. Do me a solid here and start inviting some people back in here because I saw some people become speakers and then they got scared and left. But I warned them. And also, I see Sadie out there. Sadie, can you do me a solid? I just post the space correctly in the Discord for me. I'd really appreciate it if you can do that. If you can't, send me a message and then I'll try to get at that again. I don't think it was posted correctly. Let's see who's out there. We've got the Bitcoin ape out there, but let me finish my introduction here so you know what we're getting at. This is the Universe Wallet. It's an indexer, explorer, minting, marketplace, all on tapwallet.io, unleashing Bitcoin's full potential, making the Universe Wallet your all-in-one solution to manage all your assets in one place with full support for TAP, DMT, UNAT, Runes, BRC-20, LRC-20, Lambda, SRC-20, Stamp. We're going to stamp with attitude. I might get some music in the background so people know they're in the right space. There's Dust 20 people. There's even Atomicals, but today we're specifically going to talk about everything Stamp, but I still got to give a little bit of an intro here. And I think you heard some of it. Now, before we start, this is not financial advice. None of what we're about to talk about is advice. We're just people talking. Matter of fact, why would you take advice from somebody you don't know? I've said this before, but we haven't even gone for coffee. So you don't know me. So I wouldn't be taking advice here. Go and do your research. Do you have your water ready? I got my water right here. I'm going to take a sip. Very nice. Do you have your blood pressure monitor? Yeah, you're going to need one. And mirror check. What have you done for yourself lately? Listen, before I even dive into it, I'm going to ask, we've got two speakers here. We've got the Bitcoin ape, and then we've got somebody from Luffy at X3WIGIMWZ25551. Welcome. Do you want to unmute yourself and just share a little bit?
GM, hello to the art. What's up, Luffy, Sadie, and CryptoPochi? How you doing? How are you doing to the art?
Doing great. What What a crazy intro.
Woo! Like ASMR. Great, great. Where are we? Where are you? Are you in your garage making some mechanics? ASMR
Oh
mechanics.
my Hey, that was a form of art because we're going to talk about stamp art today. That's a form of art. That was my artistry.
Stamp that to the art.
Yeah,
Stamp it. Stamp
yeah,
that song.
exactly. Hey, give us a little update on what's happening with Bitcoin as we get some more people rolling in here.
Yeah, now so Bitcoin. Now look, today, yesterday it was the end of the world again, and today we are still back, close to $19,000 US dollar. So a great comeback for Bitcoin, and Trump is still making a new a new speech again about stamps for sure next time. But yeah, most seriously about Bitcoin and all the Bitcoin reserves coming. So yeah, still bullish, always bullish for Bitcoin. And since 2009, I'm bullish for Bitcoin. Look where we are right now. So yeah, today I think is a great day for Bitcoin and for the crypto space in the overall. Um, Everything is on track, I think, to get a good bull run for 25 and 26 and much more for sure. So great, good day, green day. So yeah, so let's see what will happen next tomorrow. What Mr. Trump gonna say about that? But for sure, I think he's bullish like we are right now in stamps as well.
Exactly, exactly. Let's see if we can get some more folks in here. Can we try to retweet this? And we need some more people in here. What's going on with the
Yeah,
stamp crowd?
yeah, I did true that.
Let's pull some more people in here, and so that we can get them involved in the conversation.
Let me share some
Um,
posts, on some, on the group, on Twitter group, and I made, yeah, I write a post on TG as well. But yeah, folks, you are always talking about stamps, and now you are making, space. You have to be there, folks. We're waiting you. Where are you?
I know. It's so funny, Sadie. She's awesome. She says, "Hey, I think your microphone is on, girl. Sounds like you made a martini." Haha. Oh no. Scared some people away. That was supposed to be my art, and that was going to tie into the show. But let's see if we can get some more people in here so that we can start discussing the stamp. And while we're doing that, okay, because I'll work on that, you'll work on that, we'll all work on it. Let's just kind of go over what's been happening in the market, because you know what, I really think that it's important that people understand what is currently happening. We know that there's a lot of kind of depressed uh, market analysis information because we're still trying to figure out how these tariffs are going to long-term affect things. But I see today the US dollar is actually falling. And I thought that was interesting. And I wondered, is that the outcome that 47 wants? And one would wonder, does he want a cheaper dollar? Well, maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he wants to make America the new manufacturing center for everything. Who knows, right? So, did you see that today at all?
Yes, it did. Did he delay it? I don't think. What time is it now in US? It's like in Eastern Coast. It's like 6 hour, like 2 p.m. now.
Yeah, it's about quarter after 2
Yeah.
Eastern and
So
11:15 Pacific.
okay. So maybe you're gonna make a speech. Did he say yesterday that maybe Well, I saw some post about Trump's maybe gonna to delay it, this tariff on Canada and Mexico. So I don't know it's gonna to happen for sure. But indeed, um, I think you want to decrease the value of the dollar for sure, and also I mean his main target is the Fed. Fed have to cut the rate. His main objective as well, because as he's quite very rich and he get a lot of rich friends, and for sure it's a promise to get some money on the market, some flow of money on the market. And what you need to cut the rate to get this new liquidity in the market, and get his promise to his wealthy friends, basically. And of course, indeed, what you say to the art, you want to make the US the new factories, knowledge factories, not only but also producing in US. So that's why I think he's going at war against some countries like China or in Asia or even in Europe. So because he's trying to find some protectionism, and for sure he's also at war against the financial world, the financial industry. Because today you got two war between the industries, the factories, the people who are building factories, building cars, uh, building roads, train, plane, cars, like um, real value, you can say, industries. And right now, I think Trump is sharing the view of these, um, you know, uh, industries, secondary activity. You can say not the tertiary or the financial industry, and is at war now with also with the financial system right now, because financial system is not that much for that kind of new strategy. Building factories, building cars, trains. Because first, the profit are quite low. If you are making like 5-10% of profit, it's great. So that's why, in financial system now and financial industry is not, is against Trump, because they are making money with money. It's more easier for them. The profits are better. And but the thing is, you can't, build a country, build a society only with money or only with a strong financial industry. That's not enough. You need also roads, you need train, you need plane, you need factories, you need food and beverage industries, you need to feed your population, you need education, you need a good education system, you know what I mean? To get a country on track. So, yes, indeed, now Trump is trying to attract all kind of industry in this country. And I think that's not bad. Every country, everyone trying now to re-industrialize his own country. because now we got an unbalanced world, and we can't leave everything to China. Frankly speaking, okay, China have factories, etc., but you can't leave everything to China and die in your corner and see everything happening there. So I think for me it's a good balance, it's a good strategy for me, trying to rebalance the economy of his country and get a more complex economy, not only an economy like an economy where only the finance dominate, so I think this is the good way for me. In my humble opinion, of course, that's only my 2 cents. And every country now is trying to do the same, and let's see what will happen for sure. It will not happen in one day. It will take maybe 5 or 10 years to industrialize a country, but we need, and any country need a beginning, to start one day or another. So Trump starting this new industrial revolution, if I can say it like that. Let's see what will happen and how other country will also try to find a way and not maybe on a trade or industrial war, but I believe that maybe they can share all together. The world is enough large to share and to find a way to work together. So now for Bitcoin and all the ecosystem around, yeah, I think it's quite good because Bitcoin, is also, you can say, an industrial assets because you need, to mine these Bitcoin. You need servers, you need, generators, you need electricity, all kind of things. So it's also good for Bitcoin. It could help, any country to industrialize through crypto their own, economy. So quite bullish for the mid and long term for the crypto space as well.
I hear you. I hear you. So I tend to love everything that you've shared with us. Very thoughtful indeed. What are your thoughts on this Friday? This first of its kind. They're going to be doing a crypto roundtable at the Oval Office, and they've invited Sailor.
Oh yeah, they invite sellers, so it's good. I think we're gonna have to chill Bitcoin to the U.S. administration. Yes, so it's quite bullish. That kind of news and events for to go forward for the crypto space. And we was looking for that kind of summit. Thanks to this summit now we're gonna have a legitimate industry because before the Biden industry was at war against the crypto space and don't want to hear anything about crypto. But now it's legitimate crypto, Bitcoin, and other cryptos, and also the industry in overall. So it's quite good. I hope that we're gonna have great news from this first summit. Maybe not that much to be a introduction of what is gonna do, and but for sure, I don't know if it will be weekly or monthly that kind of summit. But yeah, it's bullish, and I hope that great things will get from from that kind of summit for sure.
Which brings me to Stamp. People, Stamp. Listen, if they're going to go to the White House, and they're going to be talking reserves. I think that stamp, one of these days, we're going to hear somebody in that Oval Office say the word stamp. It's going to happen sooner or later, especially, listen, as Bitcoin, it is its supply is shrinking, okay? And you mentioned a couple weeks ago that it's in the hands of 70% of us, not them. So they're going to have to come and get it somehow. And if they can't get it out of our cold crypto hands, because Sailor's telling us never sell, that's not what I'm saying. That's what he's saying, okay? Then that means that there is some opportunity in those sats, in our wallets. Yeah, like the Tap wallet. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of a shill right here because I think that stamp specifically is going to be a very important token. Why do I believe that? Because we've said over and over, stamp is on the mother chain, the God chain, and it's glued. Yeah, it's glued basically to Bitcoin. So it is Bitcoin. So if you've got to go hunting, you're probably going to go looking for the next best thing, which is stamp, because it's unprunable, people. And because of that reason, and because the stamp is so undiscovered, we've got the universe that is working on the marketplace. And that marketplace I mentioned yesterday is going to happen within 24 to 48 hours once they can get the APIs from the stamp side of things. The team has kind of sorted itself and it has everything going. And so, yes,
Great.
it does. Okay. Listen, okay, you know what? I think this is pretty cool. I'm going to mention this in a second. So the team has everything. It's waiting, but listen, we're all in the family in the back rooms, in the back chats. And peeps, believe it or not, devs, as genius and as wonderful as they are, they also have lives. Yeah, they have families. They got families, they got little ones, they have obligations outside of crypto currently. So there's a ton yes, there is a ton that goes on. So what I want to do is I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the universe. Thank you for thinking of this specific way of introducing a place where we, yeah, you and me, everyone listening, can come to a all-in-one solution. An all-in-one solution for what? For everything Bitcoin. And so because of that, the universe has decided to bring, yes, thank you, SRC-20 into the family. Because notice, I'm just going to say it, notice how SRC-20 is left out of all of the conversations. Yeah, look at the crypto Twitter. Yeah, sure, I'm into BRC20. Hey, and I'm really into Odin Fun. It's a lot of fun. I think we're gonna do a big kind of spread tomorrow on Odin Fun, so hopefully you'll tune into that. But listen, everybody mentions everything, and somehow they forget to mention Stamp, one of the most important protocols. I would not be surprised if somebody in the Oval Office says the word stamp. Okay. So what's the point here? The point is that the universe has said stamp. Okay. And here's what they're saying. They're saying that they're committing to everybody in the SRC-20 stamp world. And what have they done so far? Well, first of all, they created a tool called an iStamp. I attempted to shill some iStamp yesterday, and I'm going to shill it today again. Peeps, it doesn't sound sexy right about now, CEXY, because nobody is that excited as they should be, because the market is not really doing what we thought it would. But this is the time to prepare. And so if you're going to prepare, the universe has made a tool, because that's what they do. They make tools. They make marketplaces. They make indexers, explorers, and they make tools. Okay. So one of the tools is an iStamp. And what is an iStamp? It's actually a token from the TAP ecosystem that has been created to reward those that are in the SRC-20 and stamp world. You can earn 50% monthly marketplace revenue with 10 iStamps. So you get passive income for life. And where will that income come from? Well, let me tell you. One of the promises, because the universe always delivers on its promises, is they built a marketplace for the art. And we're going to hopefully get some more people in here so we can talk about the art and the Nakamoto Index. Some really amazing stuff has happened there. They've completed the 4th installment of that, so we'll talk a little bit about it. And I will tell you that if you head over to tapwallet.io, click Marketplace, click Stamp, guess what? You can actually pick up some stamps. So stamp is the art. And in fact, some of the artists have actually uploaded their stamps here. And so you can buy directly in some cases from the artists. And then there's obviously some resales that are happening here, secondhand sales. So this is a great place to come and list your stamp. And this is a great place to come and pick up a stamp. By the way, make sure you have a couple of stamps in your wallet before the market gets started, because this is where you can actually potentially be stacking sats. I know that there's quite a few artists that I have in my wallet, and I can talk a little bit more about that later. So now you're probably asking, okay, where's the SRC-20 marketplace? And I already mentioned that. Okay. I think it's a tool. I got the back chats here. Okay, you're right. You made it. iStamps is a token, not a tool, a token that gives users benefits. It's also a tool because it helps me, okay? Anything that helps me is a tool. Yeah, like it's like saying a fork isn't a tool. A fork is a tool because it gets the food in my mouth. Hey, it's my brain computer, okay? But I do appreciate the back chats for sharing that with me. I consider many things tools, people. If it can help me, then that means it's a tool. I think words are tools. I really do. Depending on what word you use, you can actually open doors for yourself or you can close them. So let's just, yes, absolutely. That's why it pays to be kind. So, hey, study kind words. Kind words will help. By the way, the back chats has given me a lot of stuff here. Hey, I'm going to read this. Back chats, I'm reading this. How BTC history is repeating, 7th of March. Okay, this is a quote from the back rooms here because I got some folks that will share stuff with me. Yes, I will share that too. But here's what I'd like to share. Okay, how BTC history is repeating, okay, 7th of March. On the 7th of March, Friday, this is a quote, not my words, okay? The White House, Trump will host the first ever crypto summit. This happens while we are in the heavy correction movement. Nostalgia? Yes. Who remembers the B word conference? I remember that with Kathy. I think that was Kathy, Elon, and that other dude, the one that used to own Twitter. Oh God.
Jack?
What?
Jack? No?
That guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack with the long beard, the Dorsey dude, right? Okay.
Jack Dorsey.
I remember yes, okay, sorry. So I remember that conference, the B Word conference on the 21st of July 2021 during the heavy BTC correction from 60K to 30K region. Yeah, the day which was the reversal for Bitcoin from 30K towards a new all-time high. Yes, okay, here we go. Even then, Elon Musk, Bulky, Jack Dorsey, and others participated. Now hey, why didn't you mention Kathy? She was there too. Now on the 7th of March, we have a new event also during a heavy correction. This time the president of the USA will participate. I expect to see the exact same reaction, rebound, and up again. History is repeating itself, same pattern as 2021. I must tell you that the back chats, they know what they're talking about. And the back chats would be the universe, because there's a lot of information that the universe has. They are a wealth of knowledge, by the way. Also, I should mention that if the core devs take more time to release the APIs, then they're going to be looking at building, because listen, again, we're all in the family. Universe is set to go, but they're just waiting for the APIs. So if there's going to be more time that it's going to take, they're going to be looking at building counterparty, just like the open stamp first, and transition, or have two versions, most probably. Okay. And why would they do that? I think because they're very interested in delivering and making sure that we have an opportunity to start trading some SRC-20, because, you know, I see all this chat about, oh my God, Solana, blah, 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 dead, meme coins, whatever, whatever. It's crap and we just want utility. Gambling is a utility, people. Yeah, gambling is a utility. See? That's why words are so important, because um, you can say that you just want utility, so that means that gambling would be included in that, because there is utility in gambling. And that means that SRC-20s are important. We want to be able to trade SRC-20 tokens. There's people that are into Kevin. I don't know why the Kevin people don't come in here.
Yeah.
What's going on with them? Like, the Kevin folks need to come in here and pump Kevin up, because we're like making this an open forum for them to. Where are they? Does anybody know where the Kevin people are? Are they hiding?
I think yeah, they're hiding. I don't know why they're hiding. They are quite shy. They don't look shy, but basically they are quite shy. Where are you, Kevin? Come on.
Hey, I'm seeing somebody that may not be shy here. This person's
Le
name
Pax.
is at Lexpert Sec Payment Treasure Fussies.
Yeah, hello, payment refugees. Like speaking French, but
You can
yeah,
come and speak French. I got you.
yeah, no worries. So I think he's shy
Um,
to talk. And you got loot packs as well.
Ludpax, you wanna come and talk here? Because let me tell you, I just need some words and I'll spit some fire out here.
I just wanted to ask questions about the stamp thing again, because I'm looking at it and I know we talked about it last time, but I mean, I only retained so much knowledge in one conversation. What is it that you're saying is so good about buying this stamp artwork? So I'm looking at it. Some of it is interesting to me, but I wanted you to kind of break down the stamp part again, if you will.
Please go ahead to the health.
Yes, you can go for it, and then I'll jump in. And we have some artists in here, I believe. Let's see, is EA is an artist, but you go for it, and then I'll jump in. Loudpacks, thank you. Hey, by the way, Loudpacks, give yourself a plug. Why not? You're back, so do it. Before we give you that answer, could you just plug yourself and tell us where you're at and what you do?
I'm a marijuana-based clothing brand in Las Vegas. We have a brick and mortar store, and the whole Web 2 thing. The reason why I'm here is because I'm trying to integrate my Web 2 with Web 3, and I'm still new. I've only been in the game for a few months, and I'm just making connections. I do want to buy a stamp. I just don't remember what the purpose of the stamps were, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll tell you the purpose, and then you can jump in there, Bitcoin 8. Okay, so here's the deal for me. I'll tell you why I believe stamps are so important. There's a story of a coin named Bitcoin, and it was it came out in 2009. Okay, and ever since then, many of us have been outside of that whole Bitcoin space and outside of that world. And for me, I'll just tell you why it's important to me. Because I didn't understand the power of Bitcoin. And the power of Bitcoin is that it is freedom technology. It is the only free speech that we have. We literally peer to peer can trade trustlessly. And that is major because I have a retail banking background. I used to work within the banking system. There's no such thing as trustless. You have to be trusted in order to have any type of involvement in the financial system. And so that I've seen, instances where people were denied, they were denied whether it was loans or whether it was bank accounts or what have you. They had to fall into the system norms in order to operate in the financial system. Bitcoin, you don't need to do that. All you have to have is a phone in your hand, and you can become a part of the system. A part of which I don't think Bitcoin is a system, but you can become a part of this freedom. So it's a freedom for us to trade with one another trustlessly. Okay, so yeah, I get it. So what about the stamp? Well, the stamp becomes really important because it was Counterparty that first kind of started all this movement, this new movement on Bitcoin, because we didn't know that Bitcoin could do anything but be a peer-to-peer trustless way of trading. And then lo and behold, the art people, because it always starts with the art. Because what is art? Art is emotion. Art is feeling. Art is how we communicate. It's oftentimes how history is kind of shaped. It all starts from the art, right? So we had the Counterparty people doing their art. And then lo and behold, we had a movement into the BRC, the ordinals art, and then the artists came in, and that was going great. But the creator of Stamp, Mike in Space, saw one flaw with the ordinals art. He saw that in a rare case that the Bitcoin maxis, because there are maxis involved in the Bitcoin world. There are maxis in every world, really. Just think about it. There's always people that take whatever they're doing a little bit too far. And so the maxis, they don't really appreciate all this art. They call it spam. They literally call art spam. Like, how dare you? But that's what they do. So what did that mean? That meant that there was a possibility that they may want to remove the artwork. And in fact, with ordinals, you can remove the artwork. So Mike in Space, he's not a dev, but he is somebody that is very deep into the Bitcoin world. He thought, well, what if we stored the art, the data within the UTXO? So long story short, that gave the art a permanent way to remain on the Bitcoin blockchain. So it can never, ever be, never say never. I'm sure they could find a way, but it's difficult for it to be removed. So if you own an ordinal, which ordinals are fantastic artwork, they can be pruned. They literally can be pruned. But if you own a stamp, it's very difficult. And some would say it cannot be pruned because of the way that the data is stored. Now, you come from Solana, and I will tell you this, just like the ETH, they are not on chain. They're like basically they're centralized services that can be shut off at any time. So you may look inside your wallet, because I have Solana NFTs. Give Nancy a shout. Oh my God, he's an artist. I love him. He's on Solana. If he could ever come to Stamp, I'd be so happy. But if I go to my little Solana app here, because I'm on Solana too, and I go and I can see my Nancy art, at any time, that artwork can be removed from my wallet without my permission, because it is a centralized exchange. And in fact, I talk about ETH art a lot. It's on an Amazon web server. So if you don't pay your bills, there are some projects, by the way, that are no longer in existence, and the art is defunct. But That all changes on Bitcoin. On Bitcoin, no one can turn off the lights. On Bitcoin, we have access to that data forever. Now, on Stamp, we have gone one step further because Bitcoin is not centralized, right? We've made sure, I say we like I'm a part of the dev team, but because of the way that the data is stored, it's going to be there forever. So you can pass this art on to your children's 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 children. It's kind of like going into the caves of Egypt, and those artifacts were stored there for us to find. Okay, and that would be the closest example that I have for what stamp art is. Okay, obviously those artifacts could have been destroyed, but they weren't, because of the respect for that culture and so forth. But nowadays we have things called governments that have no respect for anything. And they can't come to Bitcoin and tell us what to do. That's why it's freedom technology. Not even 47. No, not even 47 can come here and tell us to shut it down. He can't do that. So Bitcoin, hey, what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely, indeed. As you mentioned, it's basically what is stamps loot packs. It's art on Bitcoin. For the stamps, NFTs on Bitcoins. And the beauty of stamps is that they are made 100% of Bitcoin. And as you mentioned to the art, is that the crazy thing about that is that they are immutable and permanent on Bitcoin. What that means? That means anyone, even the Bitcoin core developers, the guys who are in charge of the Bitcoin protocol, can't remove stamps. That's crazy things. Of course, there is not 100%, 99.99% chance that it can't be removed, But that's the magic of that for art and also for the token, the SRC-20 token, which are another, assets on stamps. And basically, the main token right now are stamp, the name of the protocol, stamp, and the other token is Kevin as well. You got some Luffy also tokens who are basically also made of Bitcoin. So, and compared to the other protocols, they are the most, you can say, resilient and the most, immutable Bitcoin native assets compared to BRC20 ordinals rules as well that can be prune at any time if the Bitcoin community want to, and the developers as well want to delete these assets. So I think that some people will think that you are crazy when you are saying that you find a way to create immutable assets on Bitcoin. And in other world, we can, say that stamps and SRC-20 are Bitcoin built on top of Bitcoin. For sure now, people think you can be crazy when you say that, but I think a couple of years or in few years, and when you look back, you say, yeah, of course, it was not crazy that much because basically from now, that kind of asset looks very immutable and permanent. So that's really good. I think a good time now, quite early, good time to look at it on the different artists and pioneers that we got now on stamps. So yeah, have a look. Packs. There is some marketplace like I think to the art you mentioned it is like open stamps, and You got also Stamp Ninja, which is quite good for the stamps art. So feel free to have a look on it.
Well, I think of it sometimes it's like building a house, right? And you can build a house, and obviously, you can have a security system for the house, and Stamp is a security system for your house to make sure that your information is not going to just be taken from you, right? So, we build a house, we put doors on there for a reason, but let's say there was no locks on the doors and anybody can come in and just take your stuff. And that's what ordinals is. Ordinals are great. I would definitely pick up ordinals, but then I would also have in the back of your mind that anybody can open your door and just come and take your ordinals from you. So that's pretty that's a lot for me, especially if I'm trying to build my bag and I'm trying to create long-term wealth for myself. I want to be able to have security in knowing that my assets are not going to be pruned because of the government or because of any Bitcoin maxi that doesn't agree with what art is or isn't. So that's why Stamp is so important. So it's like putting the locks on the door and saying you can't come in, and going one step further and saying, by the way, there's also a security system here. By the way, well, you can't come in here because the whole perimeter is secured. This belongs to me. So it's the security thing of it. So we're saying, make sure you have some stamp art within your bag. Again, you come from Solana. I pick up Solana assets too. Okay, so I don't discriminate against the chains, but I want to build generational wealth, and Bitcoin is how I'm going to do that. And so I look at ways that I can stack sats. So if I pick up a stamp today, a piece of art, then I'm looking to stack that away, and with the hopes that art will obviously over time gain value. And then when I need to, and if I need to, then I can sell that for more sats. I can sell that for maybe even 1 Bitcoin. That's the whole name of the game, is to stack sats. I mean, nobody's going to keep the stuff in their wallet for forever. Some people are, but not everybody's going to do that. So the other way that we stack sats is through the tokens. In the soul world, there's no such thing as stacking anything. You're in and you're out, and that's perfect. But in Bitcoin, that's what we're trying to do, because we can't buy one whole Bitcoin. Not all of us can. What's the price right now for a Bitcoin?
Around 19,000, 88, 19,000, 90.
Let me just check right now. So it's about 90,000. So if anybody has 90 grand right now, they can just pick up a Bitcoin. Actually 89,896.94. No, some of us don't have that. So then here's what we do. Like I have a system right now where I have taken, okay, let's see what I've done. I've taken say 0.0000056 Bitcoin. And in 1 or 2 transactions, I've turned that into, it's not a lot, but 0.0024. So I'm getting closer. Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting closer. So I can tell you, let's say with my stamp now. Okay, I'll give you a real life example. And I'm talking the token now. So I took 0.0067 stamp, and then I turned that into, at the height of the market, I turned that into 0.19 BTC. So do you see that? See that magic there? I literally took, again, 0.00067 Bitcoin, and I turned it into 0.19 BTC. So I'm getting closer to stacking sats. I'm getting closer to that one whole Bitcoin. And that's the whole point, is to get the one whole Bitcoin. So if you can't do that in one go, the nice thing Bitcoin is the only hope that we have to actually fight inflation and to fight all of what the system is trying to do. And I truly believe that the system is trying to bring us back to some type of weird serfdom. They literally don't want anybody to own anything. Now, these are just my thoughts, okay? They don't want anybody to own anything. They want the general public to be in a state of perpetual borrowing, and they want everybody to be like a renter. And there's nothing wrong with renting, but it is nice to own, because then you have a little bit more power when you own something. But my belief is that the system wants to turn everybody into like a serf. Okay, it's going to be kind of like serfdom. So where we're all in this state of worrying because we don't know if we can keep up with the cost of inflation. And so if you take a look at 2009, one Bitcoin couldn't even buy a stick of gum, right? And now one Bitcoin can probably pay your mortgage, if you have one, or your rent for a good 3 years, plus buy you food and get you gas. Like, that's amazing. One Bitcoin can do that. And if we see Bitcoin continue to be adopted in the minds of people, because that's where it's being adopted, in the minds, then Bitcoin is potentially going to increase and continue on the trajectory of gradually moving up. I believe Bitcoin will be at the price of a house. Yeah, like your house. So I don't know which, okay, just look at real estate. That's where I think Bitcoin is going. So why is stamp important? Stamp is important because it allows us to stack sats. Some of the stamp art, it's crazy. I've seen stuff go for like, okay, let me price it in Bitcoin because I like to price it in Bitcoin. I've seen stamp art go for 0.11 BTC. 0.11 BTC. I've seen their stamp art that's even gone for 1.11 BTC. So can you imagine picking that up? I mean, those are very rare stamps. Okay, those are very rare stamps. But can you imagine picking that up and then having that in your wallet? And why is it valuable? For all of the reasons that we shared with you. That's how I see it. If anybody else wants to jump in and they see it different, then please come and share with us. Hey, I see. Listen, Arwen, you're in here. We've got this newcomer here, Loud Packs, and I know that you can drop some wisdom because Arwen is a dev. Arwen, I will please ask you, sir, to I will sing if you unmute yourself. I literally will sing. I'll do a rap even, okay? I will rap. Arwen, please.
Yeah, if you want to join, Irene, it could be great. I think Loot Packs.
Probably listening. Probably like, oh my God, I'm just listening. He's it. Yeah, I think he's
maybe
a great.
joining. Hey, Irene.
He's having tea and some spotted dick. I bet you he's having spotted dick.
I just came here so you don't sing. That's it.
I'm going to sing. I'm going to do it.
What are you going to sing?
Okay, what do you want me to sing? There's a story. No. Okay, so what do you want to say to Loud Packs here?
I just come to say GM. I always get to support you guys. Actually, I'm the complete inventor, creator, founder of Bitcoin stamps. Nobody else had anything to do with it. It's all just a meme. And anyone else who you think you've heard of, I also made up as well. So it's all on me. No, of course. Teamwork. Absolutely. Yeah. And I just tuned into the conversation. It's really hard to get the notification. I don't know how we can promote this to more people, but yeah, lovely day to everybody. And I am one of the founders, I suppose, of Stamps, but also I'm an artist. That's kind of what brought me in here. But the code is the art. It's all the art now. The spaces is the art also. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely down to sell some stamps, but unfortunately, I mean, I've got some stamps that I make that I believe are for sale. I'm rubbish at remembering what I actually do, but for super cheap, like for a few dollars, yeah. And also I've got ones for sale for a Bitcoin. you know, and anywhere in between those, and I look forward to selling one for more than a Bitcoin. But the point is that, I mean, it's a lot about collecting and being part of the culture. For me, it's fun. I'm a collector, you know. So like, I collected records of I collected a Beatle record in like 1985, you know, for like 50p. It's now worth $10,000. You know, like anything is a store of value against the dollar and the pound, basically. So I hope that art is like that, and that's kind of why I do it, because I love it. I'm a rubbish investor, you know, to be honest. But I'm all about people getting involved in whatever way they can see fit. And if people are making money, then I'm all about it. You know, for me, as always, I'm going to do the boring thing. Stamps is an immutable data storage protocol, you know, which happens to be on Bitcoin, because that seems to be one of the best places to store it, and things immutably. And especially just because it's one of those days, not in the witness data, because as much as I love art, as I've just said, I'm here for the art, and it's the people that matter. You know, it's like, it does wind me up a bit when they're laughing about ordinals being Bitcoin, and I just worry, because more so in that community, you know, people sell it as an investment, you know, as a thing, and you know, things change, and people should DYOR. But like, either way, stamps will be here to save and protect any kind of information that needs keeping in perpetuity, and that includes ordinals and all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. So we're all on the same side here. I do like to troll, but I'm just coming to say that, you know, I'm smiling while I'm doing it, you know. And at the end of the day, these spaces, people hanging out together, that's why we do it, you know. We're just weirdos interested in technology, fucking around, finding out. And that's basically what I'm all about.
Well, I'm gonna tell the people a little bit more about you, but you said weirdos. Did you hear like the beginning of the space today?
No, I didn't. I've just come in now, actually.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, when this goes up on the YouTube, talk about weirdo. Weird. It was ASMR today. They were like, what is some anyhow, you'll have to get it on the YouTube, people. Yeah, it gets weird. But let me tell you something about Arwin here. Okay. He's a Brit, and he is the creator of Bitcoin stamps. Creator how? Well, Mike in the space took, you know, he had an idea in his head, and basically he got Renamora, one of the Kevins, to make that ideal come true. And then Renamora tagged Arwin, and yes, these two gentlemen made it come true. So you can. Do we have an applause? Who's got the applause? Where's the audience here? Because yes, okay. So like Arwin doesn't say it. But, and so listen, he's a quantum AI founder, international DJ. Yeah, he DJs too, people. He's got the vinyl. Okay, he loves. He's a fake artist, a rare Pepe fakes, you know. Pepe lover just picked up one of the best pieces of art over the weekend. He was so excited. Go to his page. What's his page? Follow Arwin, people. Like, you're missing out. Plus, he has this token called Bald. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. What is bald about? I guess it's a bunch of bald dudes. You have to be bald. I don't know. It gets weird. I feel sometimes.
I mean, some of that story was true, and I've got. Far be it for me to get in the way of a good story.
He drinks tea. How many times a day? I'm not sure. And there's so much that we could say about it. Very funny. Yeah. Really, really hilarious. And thankful that you're here, because you're blessing us with your time. I know that you probably have to go to the Buckingham, the Palace or something. You've got a meeting with Sir Charles.
I've got a date with No, it's lovely to be here. Thanks, always. And that story's nearly true. Actually, I solicited Kevin, who was an old friend of mine. And I've been working with Mike on a few projects for years. We met on a thing called Flooney Bin, which everyone should know about, really. And that's we pay homage to a guy called Joe Looney, who is the godfather of NFTs, we like to call him, and he created a thing called the Rare Pepe wallet, which was the first place. And so, yeah, a lot of the OG crypto people have submitted to this kind of it's an invite only directory. I'm not an insider, but I managed to get in on this one. And so yeah, we make art about Joe Looney, and everyone should check that out. It's on Pepe. Well, actually, how do you find it? I think there's a website called flooney.com, or maybe it's just WordPress. You might have to Google it. Mike's let the website go down a bit.
We're not invited? Like what this is a
You don't know about Flooney. We say I like to keep something back for you every time. You know, we got so much to talk about. 10 years to catch up on. But yeah, that's how we met, Mike and I. If you type, I think it's because I looked for it the other day and it was down. But I think it's like wordpress.flooney.com, or maybe it's just flooney.com. But so Flooney, Joe's our original Kevin. You know, and like absolutely, when I met Mike, we had a few different ideas of how to do stamps. And Kevin and I were doing ordinals. We just ordinals just got launched, and so we thought, oh, we'd have a bit of that. Obviously, there's a few problems with where they store the art on a counterparty, which is where we come from. And so, being an artist, I care about immutably storing my art, basically. And so we started doing stuff with ordinals. We were minting them. It was way back, like on ordinal, like 30,000, I think was my first one, which was very, you know, it was super complex to do all that. So we've got like 100 or so ordinals early, but it became clear that the witness data wasn't going to make it, basically. I know it's unpopular opinion, boring, but like, oh. So Mike and I were like, well, let's press ahead and kind of get ahead of this, and just because honestly, this was never popular. Let's be honest. Until like things have got bigger. This was a fun experiment amongst friends who were genuinely trying to store data, and so that's what me and Mike did. And we found a few ways to do it actually, and then eventually, I can't remember how. You know, there's a lot going on, but eventually we happened upon this way of which we do it, which has of course now changed since then as well. And a lot of people got involved. So a lot of the early people who came into stamps were original Rare Pepe artists, or just like legendary Bitcoin artists. And I know we've got like a small but cult group of older people, I guess, who've been here a bit longer. So the sort of the pop craze is kind of like ordinals is like pop music, and stamps is like drum and bass, something like that. We're like the jungleists, and
okay, I like the analogies. Okay, give me a band. What's ordinals? What's stamp?
Ordinals is like Hanson, and like stamps is like Lee Scratch Perry. No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I like to tease. I am teasing. I'm only teasing as in an educational way. You know, at the end of the day, it's I don't have any problem. Let me reiterate. I'm an artist, and here people are the art. You know, we say on Counterparty, the token is the art.
Oh yeah, people are the art. That's why everybody needs to listen to the beginning of the show, okay? When it gets uploaded to YouTube. But no, the people are the art. And we're gonna talk soon about this, the Nakamoto index, because some really great stuff happened yesterday. But where do we find out more about you, the artist? Because you're so many things. Like, how can you be all of that talent all in that one frog mind of yours? That your picture is a frog.
My girlfriend just said we call it ADHD.
Let's talk to her. On here.
But she's actually the creator of Crochet Pepe in itself, and also.
Okay, tell us about Crochet Pepes.
Well, Crochet Pepe was a thing that was one of my first counterparty assets. Not one of my amongst the first few that I made. And Deanna, that's my girlfriend. She's an artist and she's very talented as well. And so she wanted to get involved in her own way. And so then it sort of evolved. So we made a little Crochet Pepe. And we're carrying that round, and then we took it to a few different events and stuff. And then she made a bigger one, a giant Crochet Pepe, which is the one in my PFP that you see. And then few may not know this, but we've also got a giant Crochet Kevin here, the same size as Crochet Pepe. But on top of that, she's also done a few early stamps as well. She stamped our cat. She stamped a portrait of me. I think she did another one. I'm not sure. So they're all sub 500, I think, stamps. But yeah, she's an artist in her own right. And as for myself, like I don't like the promotion stuff. So most of what I do is sarcastic, and I have got a large portfolio of work, but I don't have a website or any even way to put it all together. And it's on my list of things to do to actually remember what I've done over the past 10 years and put it on a website or something. But sure, if anyone wants to buy anything, feel free to DM me. I'm all about the OTC curated sales, but you know, it's a difficult space. And also when we started stamps, because I'm a developer there, I kind of wanted to give a lot of space and wind to all the new people coming in. Like I say, a lot of the people who have come in, yourself included, and I see a few people here, they weren't in Counterparty, you know, and we're about creating a place for the artist. It's not just a place for me to go, look at my art, you know, sort of thing. And you rightly talk about the Nakamoto stamp index, who I know, you know, I guess that they are interested in a more sort of, how can we call it, highbrow style of art than what I am normally producing. I'm just like a base little pixel monster most of the time, and kind of leave it like that. But exactly, we can't be all the things. So I'm really happy to promote all the other artists that's coming through on stamps and stuff. And if you get past the final boss or whatever, then I'm happy to come and sell you a fucking Kevin for a Bitcoin. But otherwise, you know, I'm here for the team. So absolutely, it's not about me. I just, everyone's got a story about how they got here, and at the end of the day, they're loving it.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this, because this is I've gotten so much more of you and your flavor. You have, not me, I didn't say it, but I think your girlfriend said you have ADD, and this is why you're so brilliant. Boy, if she could get on here too, boy, we could get some good tasty stuff from her.
Maybe we need to book her. She's going to do the Hell Money podcast.
Oh, she really?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but no, I
Tell her to get over here right now. I got a question for her.
No, she can hear you. She's in the background, but I'm rubbing up some ribs right now. So Pepe must have treated me okay, because before this I've got rice and beans.
The ribs, are you?
Yeah, now I've got some rack of ribs here, like, and I'm just putting on a bit of teriyaki and a bit of oil, a bit of salt, you know, getting things ready for a lovely lunch. So thank Pepe for everything. That's my advice.
See, people, I tell you, we're living a good life here. We're having ribs for lunch, and we even get to be the chef. How cool is that? Love the Crochet Pepe story. Love the Crochet Kevin's. Love everything that you're doing, and I think you're a pretty interesting person, and that's what you get in the stamp world. These are like, the people in stamp are artists. They're very artistic. They're very they have multifaceted people, not one dimensional. And there's nothing wrong with being one dimension, okay, people? But when you can get somebody that's multidimensional, that's pretty cool. And that's the flavor of stamp. It's multidimensional. Look at that, eh?
I do think can I just say one thing, too, because just in case it cut off, but I want to say that about why we produce art and stuff is, like, I do it because I just fucking have to, but at the same time, like, about selling and stuff, is I'm really hopeful that stamps will become like hip hop. You know, it's a generational thing. We talked about it last time with the Counterparty. You know, we do these things now. Why I'm not going to if I own Stamp 2 or whatever, I'm not going to sell it now, am I? You know, I'm not doing it. I didn't do it to sell it. And also, it's legacy. Like these things, if I try and buy an 808 synthesizer, I'm a DJ producer, whatever. If I buy a synthesizer now or a Lindrum, it's going to cost me like 250 grand or more. You know, and I could have bought one for 300 quid in the 80s. And even with inflation, you know, like these things are cultural. And I look forward to being on here and talking about what I do, as it were, when it's actually time, you know, when someone actually cares, basically. I'm not trying to green pill everybody into collecting my art, you know, I'm really not, because it's all got a really long story, and it's all, you know, I should really work on my advertising game, I think. But yeah, what I want to say is that it's an investment, stamps. It's an investment in your future, especially with the art rather than the tokens, you know?
Yeah, no. Hey, I think so. Absolutely. It's an investment in the art. Yes, and I do give the tokens a plug. The tokens, they're for the gamblers, and there's a utility in gambling. But I love everything that you said. I am very fascinated by it. I wish we had a camera on you so we could see you rubbing those ribs. And I bet you they're tasty. I bet you they're going to be really, really tasty. I wanted to almost ask what you're going to be eating with the ribs. But thank you for telling us about the Crochet Pepes. Your girlfriend is an amazing artist. I would like to get her name again so that I can plug her a couple times, because there's a beautiful woman behind the Arwen. Yeah, the man, the Pepe, the Arwen, and Crochet Kevin's as well. How cool is that? So what's her name?
Her name on Twitter, I believe, is it's like a Saturnidae.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It means moth in Spanish.
Tag me that,
Saturnidae.
would you?
Yeah, I'll send it. I'll send it over. She does. She's really not active on Twitter. She's like, I mean, I only do it for you guys. I hate this place, to be honest. But but when it's good, it's brilliant. But when it's bad, it's neurotic. And yeah, one more thing, because I know you love your shitcoins. Sorry, they're not shitcoins in SRC-20, are they? They're tokens. But whatever. I love them. Well, no, I collect. I not only do I collect SRC-20 tokens passionately, but also I have created so many, and I literally create them just for me to collect them. And that's where Bold comes. And that's kind of that I have a bunch. We got Kevin, I did that. We got Devin, we got Bold. I can't remember. Someone told me we got Log, we got Spice, we've got Mandy. There's loads and loads. Like, for me, that whole collecting thing, I'm just a collector as well as an artist now. So it's like collecting these things that have got seemingly no value now, yeah, is the game is long, and there are people working on games, you know, so you can imagine that things are going to be plugged in. But from my point of view, for example, right now we're doing a project with Galo Montes, who's a famous Mexican pop artist, and we've been doing a I haven't talked about it too much. Thanks, because I wanted to keep this for the Gala fans. But basically, they can buy a stamp, which they have been buying. It's on Stamp Chain, you can see it, but it's not for sale yet. Although we hope to open it to the Bitcoin people soon. And yeah, so then they were going to get pre-released to the songs, but also then they've got like kind of an account that they can move forward with for collecting different things and airdrops and bonuses and stuff like that along the way. So I just want to say that with regards to the Bold and I'd like to say, for those listening already know, so I'm kind of like repeating myself, but I will be sure to be dropping the things that I'm involved with that I care about to Bold holders, you know, and stuff like that, and log holders especially, and things, because it's easy to say, oh, there's the roadmap. I just prefer to just do stuff and let it go under the radar. And those people who are neurotic enough to find it and collect it, they're the ones that should be benefiting it from the long term. So, you know, if you can find any of these obscure, the more obscure tokens, what's this one? Chico. That's another good one. They're all out there. They cost no money right now. But talking about being sidelined, if it turns out they do prune the witness data, which they are working on, then these things are going to be cultural artifacts. And if we can all make me a billionaire, I'll just secretly float the market like everybody else does. And that's what Bold's about. But again, you all got to do your own research, I'm afraid. I can't put you in charge.
I love it. I love it. And full disclosure, people, I am a Bald owner. Okay, I am. This is not financial advice. I just kind of love the Arwen, and I love the fact that, who knows, one day I may go to my, Addy and see a holograph of a Crochet Pepe. I don't know. I don't know what they're working on. I mean, my goodness, you heard the 47 yesterday talk about a golden dome or something. I don't know. They're going to build a dome over the United States of America so the enemies can't come in. So anything is possible, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much, Arwen. I love you. Please listen, and I just tell your girlfriend thank you. She's pretty cool. Hey, Colored Coins, I see you. Yeah, atomicals. We'll talk about atomicals sometimes. And I know you're Espanol. Sadie Riggs out there. Love Sadie Riggs. Hey, love me some Sadie. Okay. I'm kooky. I don't know. I probably went to Loudpax's shop. I went to Loudpax's shop and it got me something. No, I didn't. I don't do that. Hey, Skippy, I see you laughing. You want to unmute yourself? Let's see. We're going to talk about Nakamoto Index, where we are. But Skippy J, I'd love to hear from you. I really would. Hey, yeah, no, I see Kevin out there. Kevin from the T-Dot. He's from Tirana. I don't know if Kevin will unmute himself there. He should just come and drop his voice and rep the Kevin. I see EA. Yeah. What up, EA? EA in the house. Let me tell you a little bit about EA. Yeah. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Ouch. OMG. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we got Carly Ray. Carly Ray is in the house listening. That is cool, Carly Ray. Good to see you. And I think I said no Bitcoin, no gain. Yeah, feel the pain. RK is in the house. People, we just got people in. Oh, Kevin, drop it. Unmute yourself, sir.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What is
Hey,
up,
Kevin,
my
what's up?
stamper?
What's
Can
up,
I get
Kevin?
a stamper?
Yo.
Where the Kevin's in the house? Stand up.
Microphone check too, Kevin. I don't know. I think we all went to Love Tax the Job. My God, this is gonna sound kooky on what do you call that? What's that place called? You and then a tube. Kevin, what's going on? Drop us. Give us the wisdom.
Hey, I just been lurking around, trying to, scope out the market and stuff, and I just want to remind everyone that only 5% of the Bitcoin nodes are running the witness data. And so if there ever were to be an attack on anything to do with Bitcoin, it would be ordinals. And I am almost 99% sure it'll get pruned at some point. And the last time stamp pumps, there was Binance was like delisting ordinals, and yeah, I mean there's just one other thing after another that'll cause ordinals to suffer and for stamps to raise up and rise up to the top, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I've just been lurking and seeing what's up. It's been a little quiet, but I feel like something's gonna happen. Some good news is gonna happen. So yeah.
I hear you. Keep going.
100%.
But I mean, yeah, just I know the Bitcoin's been a little down, a little bit down, but like Trump and stuff saying that they're gonna have a reserve of crypto. I mean, that's like really bullish on stamps, you know what I mean? Because if they were to have any assets to reserve, it would be Bitcoin assets if they smarten up, you know what I mean? Like I feel like the whole like XRP, Cardano, Solana, and stuff. I really do think that like it's just for the moment, just because they're hyped and whatnot. But once there's the fear of God in them, that something will happen, that they'll all come flocking back to Bitcoin. It all comes back to Bitcoin, and Stamp will always be there. Stamp will always be there. So yeah, just keep holding on, keep having the faith, and yeah.
You heard it right there. That's Kevin from the T-Dot. The T-Dot where Drake is
Yes.
at. That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
And they not like us. They not like us.
A
Nobody gets
minor.
that. Nobody gets that. Oh no, we're having a very fun. Sometimes we just have to have a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun we do. Did I say this? 1 second. I love me some Sadie. I love Sadie. Okay. Sadie's pretty cool. Colored Coins is laughing at me, thinks I'm crazy. But that's because we went to Loud Pax's shop. And Loud Pax is out in Las Vegas. He sells them marijuana. But I don't do that, people. I do not do that. But that's a good thing. Okay. It's a herb. Just let's move on here, people. Loudpax has a really cool shop out there. He's looking at getting in Web3. He has done some stuff with Solana. He's got a website there. It's all fantastic. Listen, there's so much to talk about. We want to also give some praises here to the Nakamoto Index people. Yes, let me just get some big ups. I wish we had the but we don't. So I just made the sound effects. Anybody can have that sound effect? You know that sound effect that they do. Does anybody know that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we could do that one too.
That's
but
all
not
the
really.
boys.
That's the old one. There's another pull-up selector. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the Nakamoto Index. Really, really cool what they're doing. I want to give a big shout out to BTC Sauce, Pepe. They're not here today, but let me tell you, looks like they've done the 4th index. Okay, so they have selected the artists that are now part of the 4th index. And so the results are in. Congrats to all the artists who made index number 4. We got at Logic 185. Yeah, go and follow at Logic 185. I want to shout him out. Do you have his stamp that you could put at the top of the page? I think I'd sent that to you, Bitcoin Ape.
Yeah, I will. You know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. It's really cool. So it's a
nice
Pepe.
stamp.
It's a really cool stamp. Honor to share that my stamp Freedom. This is from Logic. He's not here, so like at the awards where like somebody doesn't show up for their award, you gotta they have a little note. I'm doing that. Okay. Listen, this is weird. Okay, this is different. If you're not okay with it, I don't know. I'm not sure what you should do, but I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. Okay, here's what he says. Honored to share that my stamp, Freedom, was accepted into the NSI directory number 4, but also one of the first of 2 to ever receive legendary status by the NSID scientist. Peeps, if you're not aware, the Nakamoto Index, it basically has a process by where it has all of the artists or the community. They send in their favorites, and then there's like a process that all of the art goes through, and then they will be selected to become a part of the official Nakamoto stamp index, and this is index number 4. So very excited that he's a part of it. So he made this Pepe. So it's like a green Pepe walking up a hill. There's this Bitcoin like symbol, like a sun, and then the Pepe has some chains. He's shackled, but he's like unshackled himself. And so I want to read what the artwork means to him. This is from Logic. Logic is really cool. Had a little bit of a back and forth with him, a little talk with him, where he uses a lot of his from what I understand, okay, he uses a lot of his experiences from his life and his childhood that really kind of reflects the art. I don't want to speak for him, but here are his words. This is a quote, okay? This artwork draws inspiration from Cleon Peterson's Truth, okay? Blending revolutionary symbolism with bold graphic design. A weary yet determined Pepe climbs uphill in chains, glancing back at what lies behind him. His wrists and ankles are bound, but the chains are breaking, symbolizing resistance and the struggle for freedom. The stark contrast between his dark form and the background heightens the visual impact, emphasizing perseverance, and defiance. Above him, a red and cream rising sun with a Bitcoin symbol radiates, evoking themes of hope, as well as financial revolution and decentralization. The fractured dark terrain below contrasts with the vibrant upper half, reinforcing the journey from oppression toward empowerment. Logic. Wow. Okay, that's what he says about that piece of art that was shifted into the index. So when you're collecting the stamp, does somebody want to pop in here and say something?
That's beautiful.
Okay. When you're collecting stamp people, there's emotion behind that, okay? There's a story behind it. So Logic is telling his journey, okay? And so I love this because this is almost like like libertarians would love this, okay? This is the Bitcoin movement. This is the freedom that everybody is seeking to have. Like we're all Pepe in a sense, okay? Unshackling the chains of the system and what it wants to do to us. So when you're here in Bitcoin, it's not just to pick up a coin and leave. It's the whole idea of what this Bitcoin, this freedom technology can do for us. We literally can have the freedom in midday to be rubbing ribs. Yeah, rubbing ribs. And, about to have a nice little lunch there. Okay, Arwin? We can be like Kevin in the T-Dot. I'm pretty sure he was driving or something, and he was spilling out some pretty serious stuff there, talking about the pruning and the witness data over at Ordinals. No shade, okay? Or we can be in France, like the Bitcoin Ape. He is the disciple here of Stamp, and he was dropping some major wisdom about the market and where he feels it's going to go. Like basically, you can just be yourself. You can come here and you can be yourself because of Bitcoin. And that's what Bitcoin is doing. It's not just about like talking about a meme, like, oh my God, today poo poo dog coin dropped on Solana, which is fine. I love Solana. Okay. But there's more to discuss when you're here on Bitcoin because it's going to give us freedom. Like 1 Bitcoin is going to allow me to pay off my debt. Okay. Like I'm $1 million in debt. And I got to pay off this penthouse that I'm in. Okay. But that's too much information. That's way too much information. Okay. So Bitcoin 8, what are your thoughts on the Nakamoto index?
Very great, and very great that it choose logic, with powerful text that you read before. And yes, indeed, Bitcoin and stamps and SRC-20 and art is representing is a part of freedom and, of course, decentralization. And I'm really convinced that Beacon Stamps protocol is representing this decentralization that everyone is looking for. Look at us, look at our team, we are everywhere in the world, speaking different language, different cultures, but we are sharing, the same mindset. We love art, we love decentralization, and also we love to crypto, also, by the way. Of course, we want to make like art and we want to make money and all stuff, but money is only the mean for freedom. This is not the final. Money is part of what you are looking for, freedom.
Bro,
Not, financial. Oh, are you okay, Kevin?
Kevin's in the T-Dot. I told you he was driving.
Oh,
Kevin's like, he's beeping somebody. He's like, yo.
are you alright, bro?
Yeah.
I heard a lot of klaxon.
I hope Kevin can he's fine. He was on speaker though, okay?
Oh yeah, my bad. Someone just cut me off. What were you guys saying?
No, we're good. We're just saying you're in the T-Dot and somebody's trying to cut you off and you're like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. But I just wanted to make a comment about like just Pepe in general. Like I remember like Pepe, it was like just a meme at first, and then like I think like it started getting like flack because like people were saying it was like a racist meme or something like that. But yeah, I think like that sentiment like turned around like after Elon bought X and then like enabled it to be in the GIFs again. So I'm very bullish on like Pepe art. Like I do own some like Pepe the Pepe snaps, and yeah, like I love Pepe. Pepe's like definitely my favorite meme for sure. And yeah.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to have us start talking about racism. Oh my God, dude. Like you just said that word. Okay, we're going to talk about racism and stamp. Oh my God. No, but the Pepe it was supposed to be a racist symbol or something, and now it's fine again, is it? Arwen's laughing because he thought SW was super white army. You said that, Arwen. I did not say that.
That's my football club, man. It's like it's not. Like, do you know what the problem is? Not saying words. About people getting triggered by everything in the. Oh my God! Like white, we should ban white as a color. I think we should speak to God and get him to remove it from the chalkboard because, in case people get the wrong idea. But yeah, you know what? Green is the color. Green and orange is always the color. And Hillary Clinton had she didn't like the Pepe, so she made some moves to try and sully his name. However, you know what? Actually, we survived, and you know, like nobody's got time for any isms. You know what I mean? And no isms, no systems, just vibes, memes, and Pepe.
And if you do, keep them in your like at your dinner table. Don't bring them here, okay? When you're having your dinner, just tell the truth and say all the words that you want. People, I am not kidding, okay? But Pepe does have some hot sauce in its purse. Pepe carries hot sauce in its purse.
The Holy Grail. He's
Nobody understands any of it. Basically, if you want to believe in something, if you want to be anything that you want to be, just go ahead and do that. But understand this, that we are mirrors, people. We are mirrors, so we will mirror and reflect each other. And so that's the truth. So if you do want to be that R word, you can go ahead and do it, but somebody's going to reflect it back to you. But the thing that I want to say to you is this. This is the universe. And literally, the universe allows everybody to come into it under its umbrella. And I'm going to plug it again. It is the all-in-one solution for everything Bitcoin. It is the only wallet that I'm telling you allows everyone to come to it for many different things that are all of Bitcoin. So it's unleashing Bitcoin's full potential. Yeah, you can make the universe wallet, tapwallet.io, your all-in-one solution for everything Bitcoin. So if you are a part of, I know we've been giving a lot of shade to all of the other protocols, but if you're into Tap, you can pick yourself up a Tap Zero. And a Tap Zero will allow you, it's a tool, okay? It's a tool. I said that. And the tool will allow you to participate under that umbrella's ecosystem. So you can do tap block drops, mints, all of that, DMT, UNAT, all of that stuff. If you're into runes, you can get a rune zero. Please just go do me a solid. Can you go to tapwallet.io today? Go take a look at it. And then next time you come on here, I want you to shill me what's on the universe. Okay. Because, hey, if we're going to talk about everything, why don't we talk about what's on tap? Okay. What else is on tap is names. Register your name. Get a wallet, register your name, and you can chat. It is the #1 Bitcoin on-chain messenger. It is. It's probably the only wallet that has this on-chain. Well, I think stampscan.xyz attempted to do that. Good for them. And the Universe wallet has gone one step further because you can talk to other wallet holders. You can talk to them on the marketplace. In fact, if you want to buy something, let's say you want to pick up a stamp, and the lister, if they have their wallet name attached, you will see a little pink bubble, and then you can click that bubble, and then you can say, hey, could I have that stamp for like a lot less? Could you maybe put it down to like 0.000001 BTC? And then they could tell you. And then you can also use emojis. There's also Bitname services, and you can register a .btc. You can register a .sats. You can do that today. I always want to plug the universe because they are sponsoring this conversation, and this is a part of shilling. Okay. Also, they're allowing us to plug other people. And because we're doing some plugging for Stamp here, I want to share with you that Master on Chain. Yeah, Master on Chain is not here. But if you go to Master on Chain's page at Master on Chain, here's an interesting thing that they're sharing with us. They say, "Rise and shine, legends. Hope your coffee is as strong as your conviction, because today I'm unveiling a new place for minting unprunable art on Bitcoin. It's called stampthat.artonchain.net. Again, you can go to stampthat.artonchain.net. Okay, so
And I've pinned the post.
Perfect. So they say, I've been using it for a while with my own artworks, and now I hope it helps you appreciate art on-chain art even more. Here's some of the key features: simple and intuitive UI, drag and drop any image format, including SVG and HTML. Okay. Safe UTXO selection, uses counterparty and OrdiScan APIs to keep your assets secure. Optimize outputs, all set at 330 sats for max efficiency. RBF support, cancel or adjust fees if needed. Mint fee, 5% of total with a minimum of 0.0001 BTC and a max of 0.001 BTC. Guess what? Free mints for EVAs. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to mention Arwin again because listen to this. This is what he said. Free mints for EVAs, on-chain art, and under 30K intuitive holders. Right now, stamps are minted on randomly generated numerical asset with options to set and lock supply and choose a fee rate. More features are coming soon, including minting on named assets and the ability to include the file name in the description field. Hey, he says, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments if you like it, or if there's anything you'd like to see added. That's pretty cool. I gave you a plug on Chain, so always plug us, okay? Because I gave you a plug. That's how it works. But why did I mention Arwin? Because Arwin said that, hey, one of these days when I'm done rubbing my ribs, I may do something for the people that own Bald. I just want to say I am a Bald holder, okay? This is not financial advice, but I'm a Bald holder, so I'm looking forward to seeing something in my wallet one day. One day, yeah. So that's how cool the universe is, right? So people, I hope you're plugging the universe because the universe is plugging you. Please support the universe. Like how else are we going to have this format that allows us to come and shill our shots? Like literally, while Arwin is rubbing his ribs and talking about crochet pepes and he's doing it all at the universe. So I just need you to go there today. Go to tapwallet.io. Pick up one ice stamp, everybody. Okay. But seriously, go there and start looking at the whole entirety of it, the indexers, the explorers, because they're all free, right? And come back here the next time and tell us what you learned. You shill it. Why should you shill, by the way? Because if you don't shill, people, you know what's going to happen? Nobody's going to know about your beautiful, wonderful, amazing life. Yeah, we're going to wrap it up in 15 minutes, by the way. But nobody's going to know about your wonderful, beautiful life. No, they're not. Okay? So if there's, and think of a shill this way. A shill is how you share. And what would you be sharing? You would be sharing ways that people can enhance their lives, ways that people can have solutions for their lives. If Chico Crypto, yes, if he did not shill me, how did he shill me? Well, Trudy Art, I went to the YouTube. By the way, I'll plug the universe while I'm saying this. If you go to YouTube, please go and subscribe. Yeah, where should you subscribe? You should subscribe to @Bitcoin Universe. @Bitcoin Universe. If you can't find @Bitcoin Universe, okay, put @Bitcoin Universe and then put Kevin, and then it should upload. then go and subscribe and become a subscriber. But anyhow, I went to Chico Crypto. I'm a subscriber of his, and he told me about Stamp. He shilled Stamp to me. He did. And had he not shilled Stamp, I wouldn't be here. Okay. And Stamp was able to help me in big ways because I actually, I'm going to tell the truth here, people. Okay. I have Stamp, and I'm holding the current Stamp that I have, and I picked up some on the weekend, like the SRC-20, because I personally believe in Stamp, but don't take my advice, okay? Because I'm in a penthouse and I owe $1 million. But that's another story, okay? But anyhow, I'm holding my Stamp, but I got into Luffy, and I did seriously well on Luffy. And if I had kept my Luffy, I would have, like, I had millions of Luffy, okay? Millions of it. But, you know, I wanted to take profit. And I did. So, I did really well on Luffy. Like, seriously. And if I had my Luffy right now, I'll just tell you what it would be here. Like, I'd probably be close to having a Bitcoin. Like, that's how well I did on Luffy. Yeah, no. Well, not that close. No, I wasn't close to having a Bitcoin. I exaggerate. My goodness. I'm not wealthy, people. Not like Arwen. But what's my point? Okay, because today I think we're having way too much fun. And my point is that Stamp can actually make a difference in your life. Because it made a difference for me. You know, why did it make a difference? Because I got more involved. That's how I ended up getting into Luffy. Right, because I was watching the activity, and I was like, what's this Luffy? What's going on here? And I picked up some Luffy, and then I saw that it was like a very culty type, really dedicated community. And the momentum just kept building and building. And, you know, people can say what they want about Luffy, but they're still there and they're still rocking it. And they've got over 2,200 holders. So SRC-20 is such a dynamic, interesting place. And there's so many different coins. There's so many different projects. So this is why I'm so glad that the universe is taking it on. That's a part of my point. Okay. So think about it. This is a great space. We want you to get involved, and we want you to be involved the way that you choose to. You've seen that today there's a variety of crazy people out there. It's nuts. It's literally nuts out here. Bitcoin Ape, do you want to come and bring back some like sanity to this space? Because it's been nuts today.
How long are you supposed to marinate ribs for?
Let me tell you, I don't know, but you're funny. But if anybody has anything final that they'd like to say, then they can come up and share that. Otherwise, I will start to close out this space. It's been a fun one, people. It's just been all over the place.
I did buy my first stamps today while you guys were talking.
What? Get out of here, Loud Packs.
Yeah, I bought the one of Kim Jong Un pushing the nuke button.
Get out of here. Okay, tell us what you did. Get out of here. He's joining the fray of Cray. Okay, let me stop. Tell us what you did.
I used the Universe wallet, and I purchased it right there for not very much. Very affordable.
Let me tell you something, okay? This is why you got to shill, people. Loud Pax is out there in Las Vegas. He's got his tell us what you do again, Loud Pax. Could you just one more time, if you don't mind, please?
Yeah. I have a store out here in Las Vegas. It's a clothing brand store. It's based on marijuana and basically it's a type of lifestyle that would take further explanation for people that don't understand to understand. Not only do we have the brick and mortar and Web 2 setup, we have a cannabis line that's currently in dispensaries that are out here. So you would have to come out here to purchase any of the cannabis stuff. And basically, I'm just integrating my Web 2 to Web 3 and getting to know people and at least contributing to some of the projects that I hear about, and especially the ones that help me with advice or just whatever, you know what I mean? Put my 2 cents in return.
And what forms of pay do you take on your website?
Oh, yes, I forgot about that. So the website now does accept Solana Pay. Well, the program is Solana Pay, so you can use Solana to purchase from our website. And I'll probably do it right now after this space, enable the Bitcoin method, so you could purchase with Bitcoin. I believe you could purchase with Ethereum. I just have to turn it all on and appropriate their specific wallets.
Do you go ahead? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to keep continuing on that.
Well, do you see yourself doing anything in a line like stamps or NFTs? Because I mean, like I love teas, and I'll say this, people: I have not smoked marijuana. Okay, I don't do that. But guess what? My grandpa had a farm. Okay, in the islands, and they had the tea, and the tea was very, very good to drink. Okay. It is a herb. And so I'm interested. Do you do herbal teas at all?
Touching on sorry for the background noise. I have my son with me at the office today, but the tea, we don't have teas. No. I mean, the only thing you could do for the tea with us would be to buy the cannabis and then make the tea yourself with our product. Because we do have a really, really high grade strain that we paid a specific grower to grow for us and our brand. So you could do that. And as far as the NFTs and all that goes, I do plan on it. Initially, when I started getting into crypto, Twitter, and just the Web3 space in general, I was really on go with making an NFT and then a coin to go with the NFT. And we have tons of characters and artwork that we've already done. But as I spoke to more people, I realized that there was a big foundation that I needed to build still, as far as my connections with the community. And, to be anybody reputable, I need to do what I've been doing in real life and, meet people face to face, talk with people, and just network. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into something I don't understand fully yet. But we will have NFT, and I can already envision it. The art and all that stuff I already have visualized in my head. It's just the implementation of the project itself, because I realize, there's going to be lots of people financially and emotionally invested into what I'm doing. And there's many moving parts, and I understand that there's things that will not be in my control, things I won't even ever expect, that can go wrong. And there's a lot of things I need to understand, just like I did with the real business. We've been here for 6 years, and we had a lot of hard lessons learned along the way.
Well, congrats on picking up stamp 775254, and good for you, and congrats on setting up a Universe wallet. What I would say to you is this: consider, because I do not give advice, consider naming your wallet, and maybe naming it something to do with your shop. Okay. Because if you name your wallet, then we'll know who you are. And then that just, gives another level and texture to the communication. The communication today has been weird. It's been wild. It's been wacky. But I want to thank you, Loud Packs, for being a person of your word here, coming out and repping yourself. And now you've joined the universe. Look at that, people. He just stepped in here and stepped it up, and he's now part of the universe. I want to thank like everybody that's here, like people that are just coming in. This is weird, this is wild, this is wacky, but this is how it is. I want to thank the 2 Luffy people down there. Yeah, I love Luffy. Okay, I love Luffy. Get it? Nobody gets it.
I love
Nobody gets
Luffy as well, and I get it.
I love Lucy, and Luffy. Okay, do you love Luffy?
I love Luffy so much. Really appreciate those guys. I never bought any. I didn't even buy any Kevin. I'm the worst. I don't never buy my own shit. But I love Luffy, and I think the meme's great, and the community seemed to be like super wild. And I just want to say shout out to the long man, Cloud Hacks, because I'll be in touch as well. We love that's how you do it. Come and make some noise in the spaces, make some friends. It is a small club, and we are all in it. You know.
Yeah, no kidding. You got to come out and make some noise. So that's what we've done. Love the fact that Kevin came from the T-Dot, okay, because I know he's busy out there, and he came out here and he repped it. And yo, I think he's coming back.
Yeah.
What's up?
Cool.
Kevin, you unmuted
Hey,
yourself.
can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, go on. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to say, Stamp is champ, Kevin is heaven, and yeah.
Continue the rest.
I forgot the rest of it.
Come on, man. Start it again.
Runes will be pruned, ordinals are horrible.
You said that Kevin we trust or something? That one.
Oh, yeah. From Valhalla to Dust and Kevin we trust. There we go. Yeah, I'm a little rusty.
That's what the T-Dot will do to you people. I think he hangs with Drake. They not like us. They not
And
like
by the
us.
way, today is my my birthday.
What?
It's my
Oh,
birthday.
happy
today.
birthday.
Oh my God. Okay, now I'm gonna sing. People
I'm
stand
buying
back.
some
I gotta
stamps.
sing. Are you buying some stamps? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. This is the Bitcoin ape. I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, okay? Sorry, they may not have me back after today. I think today's probably my final day here. They're going to be like, this is not professional. Whatever you're doing is crazy. No Bitcoin is liking that. Yeah, good. Don't have her back. Okay, at the Bitcoin ape. Listen, tokenized and DeFi on Bitcoin, Bitcoin stamps, SRC-20, not financial advice. That's what he says. But you know what he does? He goes out here every day. This man has a family, okay? He has committed himself to discipling of stamps, discipling of SRC-20. He is friends with some pretty big people. I've seen him chatting it up with hedge fund guys. I've seen him chatting it up with Pippi, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, I know. He was talking to Scottie Pippen in his space. Okay, so this guy is out there day in, day out, fighting. Okay, I saw him chatting it up with the guy at Magic Eden. Okay, and he was repping us, and he always is. And so I want to sing him happy birthday. Okay, so here goes. I'm gonna do my best, Marilyn. Okay. Birthday, Bitcoin ape. Happy birthday, Bitcoin ape. Happy birthday, Bitcoin ape.
Bitcoin ape. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Bitcoin ape, bro. That was amazing. Give Trudy a round of applause for that one.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Stem family.
And you kept it from us for so long. I could have done something really special for you.
Thank you to the art. Unfortunately, you are far, they booked me a very good, cake, chocolate cake. I'm gonna to share it on Twitter.
Bro, I'm gonna send you some. I'm gonna send you some Bitcoin stamps for your birthday. You definitely deserve it. You are a top legend. I'm gonna get you out of here. I'll DM you if you're.
Oh,
Thank you, Irene. Thank you very much.
wait a minute. If it's your birthday, is it like you go to a restaurant, you get the cake? Oh my God, you get the stamp if it's your birthday?
Yeah, you know,
It's my
so
birthday tomorrow. No, but happy birthday for real, and thank you for everything that you're doing for the space, and
thank you.
you know, every time that you come here and wherever else that you go, you've just been doing a great job, and you've just been repping the space. So I want to say thank you very much. Hey people, it's now 1 o'clock. We've been here for a little bit. It's been a crazy space. I'm gonna thank some more people here. I'm gonna thank this here Benny Ben. Woo-hoo! Benny Ben. He is from Paris. Bonjour, Benny Ben. Comment ça va? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comme ci, comme ça. Yeah, I know French, okay. And thank you very much, Carly Ray. Thank you, the Luffy listeners. Luffy, come in here, even if you just want to speak some Chinese. That's very good. I'm going to share something with you here. Okay, I'm going to share something with you. Okay, because I did this yesterday. 谢谢. 谢谢. Okay, one more thing I want to share with you. Is that Arwen rubbing his ribs in the background?
Might be. Sorry about that. Don't like that. Don't you like my rub ribbon? Okay.
Oh my goodness, stop it. Okay, Luffy? 你还没病. Okay, loving you, loving everybody. Want to thank everybody so much for coming to the show. Big ups for Loud Packs. He's now a part of the Universe family, picked up his stamp. When are you going to, yeah, big up Loud Packs, okay? Yes. And big ups everybody that is coming out and repping themselves, because you have to rep you first, people. You matter. Do not let the system come and tell you you don't matter. You freaking matter. So fight for yourself, and then just be kind, because we'll always be mirrors of one another. We'll be reflections of one another. Have fun. Be weird, because that's a part of who we are. We're multi-dimensional people. If you think that I am not, a part of that weird, then make sure you listen to the start of the show. It was pretty weird. But I want to thank everybody for coming out today, because we do our spaces a little bit different here. We try to create a little bit of a fun show. It's not just kind of talking about coins and over again, because we're eventually going to make it. Why? Because we're going to find our way. There's bits of information that we share, and that we can go and DYOR. And then next thing you know, we're able to stack those sats. And I want everybody here, like there's many millionaires, just so you know, there's millionaires in this group. They're so humble. But for us, though, for those of us rather that are not millionaires, we're going to join them. Okay. That would be me, because I'm $1 million in debt. But we're going to join them. And how we're going to do that is we're going to stack those sats, and we're going to become whole coiners and multiple whole coiners. And then we will be helping the other people that come in, and then we'll be giving them a hand and pulling them up. So that's how we're going to do it. And I know that everybody here is going to make it. So thank you. And yesterday I tried to play some music and it just wasn't going well. Today I'm going to try to play it. And tell me if you can hear the music, okay? Like properly. Can you hear it or no? Is it like coming too loud or no? Somebody tell me, please. Anybody? Okay. I'm not sure, but guess what? The music is playing us out, people. Hopefully you can hear it. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Trudy. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Big Donate. Happy birthday. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
Bye. Bye.